Attention passionate Detroit, Lions fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Detroit Lions' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Detroit Lions fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Detroit Lions fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. We're diving into some of the most exciting developments around the Detroit Lions as they gear up for what promises to be an intriguing 2025 season. The Lions, as you all know, have been on a remarkable journey over the past few years, transforming from a team with promise to a genuine contender in the NFC. But what's really stirring up the excitement right now is their strategic approach to roster upgrades, their keen eye for veteran additions, and the potential return of some familiar faces who could be vital in pushing this team even further. Let's start by talking about the defense. Because honestly, if there's one area that's been a focus for the Lions, it's been bolstering that pass rush. Over the last season, Detroit's defense showed flashes of brilliance, but they also left some sacks on the table. Finishing second in the league in hurries with 73, yet only racking up 37 sacks as a team, put them in the bottom third of the NFL in that category. That's an area that the team's management and coaching staff have been clearly targeting for improvement. And one of the biggest names linked to a possible return is none other than Trey Flowers. Now, Flowers, who previously played for the Lions, is a veteran defensive end with a nose for the quarterback. He's 32 now, but don't let that fool you. His experience and leadership are exactly what Detroit's defensive line needs. General Manager Brad Holmes has confirmed that they've been in touch with Flowers' representatives, and Flowers himself has expressed a strong desire to come back to Detroit. Imagine a defensive line with Aiden Hutchinson, Josh Paschal, and Flowers adding that veteran punch. Suddenly, those sacks could start to come more consistently, and the pass rush would be much more threatening. Detroit's defense has been solid but not quite elite, and adding a seasoned player like Flowers could be the missing piece to turn that unit into one of the league's top pass-rushing groups. Now, shifting gears a little, let's talk about the offensive side of the ball because, honestly, the Lions' offense has been pretty impressive, but there's always room for more firepower, especially in the red zone. One player who could make a difference here is Jamaal Williams. Williams, who spent a couple of seasons with Detroit, made a name for himself as a tough, reliable running back. After leaving for the New Orleans Saints following the 2022 season, Williams didn't quite find the same success. He signed a 3-year deal with the Saints but was cut after just 2 seasons. Still, his time with Detroit was remarkable. Last season, he rushed for 17 touchdowns and over 10 yards, showcasing his ability to punch it in when it mattered most. For the Lions, bringing Williams back could be a game-changer in the red zone, especially considering how their offense scored points on just over half of their drives last season. If Dan Campbell's squad can turn more of those drives into touchdowns, they could push that 13-win threshold even higher. Williams's familiarity with the system, combined with his physical running style, makes him an attractive option if the Lions decide to bring him back. It's all about adding depth and ensuring that their offensive line continues to create those lanes for the running game to thrive. But of course, roster decisions aren't just about bringing in new names, they're also about managing the players already in the fold. Take, for example, the quarterback situation. The Lions made a notable move by releasing their former backup, Tanner Morgan, just ahead of the NFL draft. Instead, they've been focusing on developing Hendon Hooker, who, after suffering an ACL injury late last season, has been working hard to get healthy and earn his spot. The team also brought in Kyle Allen to compete for the backup role, but if Allen doesn't meet expectations, don't be surprised if they turn to someone like Nate Sudfeld or even revisit the possibility of bringing back someone like Jake Fromm. Fromm, as you may recall, spent time developing on the practice squad and was released right before the draft, but the Lions are always thinking ahead, and if they need experienced depth, he could be called up again. It's all about having that quarterback room ready for whatever challenges come their way, especially as they look to get the most out of their young guys and push for a deep playoff run. Moving over to the defensive secondary, one name that's been making waves is safety Tracy Walker. Walker has been a key piece for Detroit's secondary, providing leadership and playmaking ability. But he's also a free agent now, and there's speculation about whether the Lions will look to re-sign him or explore other options. Walker has expressed his interest in returning, but he's also keeping his options open, even hinting at a possible reunion with the Tennessee Titans, where he could join his cousin and rookie quarterback Cam Ward. Walker recently told reporters that he still has connections in Tennessee and that he'd love the chance to be back there. That's a testament to his loyalty and his desire to play with family, which is something that resonates deeply with players. However, don't forget that the Lions have been building a solid secondary with young talents like Kirby Joseph and Will Harris. The coaching staff is high on those players, and they're looking to develop a unit that can shut down even the best offenses in the league. Whether Walker stays or not, the Lions are clearly prioritizing their secondary as a critical piece of their championship puzzle. Now, let's take a quick pause here, because I want to make sure you're all still with me and that you're soaking in all this good info. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Detroit Lions news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick, and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Okay, moving forward, there's also been buzz about some of the younger players who could step up and make a real impact in 2025. For example, linebacker Jack Campbell had a promising rookie season, and with some added experience, he could become a defensive leader for years to come. The Lions are also high on their draft picks from last year, and the coaching staff is emphasizing development and consistency. This focus on growth is exactly what the team needs if they want to contend for a Super Bowl. They're not just relying on veterans, they're investing in their future stars, developing their core, and creating a culture of relentless pursuit of excellence. Another interesting storyline involves the coaching staff, especially head coach Dan Campbell. Campbell's leadership has been a catalyst for this team's resurgence. His fiery attitude, combined with his strategic ingenuity, has turned Detroit into a tough, disciplined team that plays hard every single game. Fans love his bite kneecaps mentality, and it's clear that he's instilling that same grit and resilience into the roster. As the team heads into 2025, Campbell's leadership will be crucial in navigating the challenges of a tough NFC North and making sure the Lions stay focused on their ultimate goal, winning a Super Bowl. The front office is aligned with his vision, and they're making smart moves to build a roster capable of competing at the highest level for years to come. Now, looking at the big picture, the NFC North is getting more competitive by the day. The Vikings have added some promising pieces, the Bears are on the rise with a new franchise quarterback, and the Packers are still trying to find their rhythm after losing a legend like Aaron Rodgers. But Detroit has positioned itself as the team to beat, not just in the division but in the entire conference. Their combination of a balanced offense, a stout defense, and a visionary coaching staff gives them a real shot at not just making the playoffs but making some serious noise. The offseason moves, whether it's bringing back veteran stars, developing young talent, or making strategic free agent signings, are all part of a bigger plan to elevate this team beyond just playoff contention. And let's not forget about the impact of the NFL draft coming up. The Lions have multiple picks in the first 3 rounds, and fans are eager to see who they target to fill gaps, add depth, or even find that game-changing player who can become a cornerstone for the franchise. There's a lot of speculation about whether they'll address the defensive line, linebacker core, or even bolster their secondary. Whatever the case, Detroit's front office has shown a remarkable ability to evaluate talent and build a team that can compete for championships. Their recent draft history has been impressive, hitting on key picks that have turned into starters and playmakers. As we look ahead to the 2025 season, the buzz is all about the Lions taking the next step. They've built a solid foundation, and with some smart additions and the continued development of their young core, they could be on the cusp of something special. Fans are dreaming of that Super Bowl, and honestly, with the way this team is trending, it's not just wishful thinking anymore. It's a real possibility. The NFC is stacked, no doubt, but Detroit's resilience, combined with their talent and coaching, makes them a team to watch. Every game, every drive, every big play will count even more as they aim for that elusive championship. So, in summary, Detroit Lions fans, what's the mood right now? Excitement? Anticipation? A mix of both? Because the pieces are falling into place for what could be a historic season. The veteran additions, the development of young talent, the strategic roster moves, they all point to a team that's serious about competing at the highest level. The division is getting tougher, but Detroit is rising to the challenge, hungry and ready to prove they belong among the NFL's elite. All eyes are on them as they prepare for training camp, off-season workouts, and ultimately, the 2025 season. The passion from the fans, the dedication of the coaching staff, and the talent of the players all come together to make the Lions a team that no one will want to face in the playoffs. And now, Detroit Lions fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Detroit Lions. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Detroit Lions news. Whether it's roster moves, player updates, or game analysis, we've got you covered. Thanks for being part of this journey, and as always, go Lions.